the Storm Track 6 Weather Studios. This is a severe weather update.
Alright, and good afternoon. Storm Track 6 is Seagull Von Labor. Tornado warning now in effect for parts of our coverage area. This does include parts of Fountain Park and Vermilion County. So this does go into parts of the coverage area. So if you're in Newport, Dana, the storm is moving in. This is in Illinois, but this storm is about to move into parts of storm is heading for you guys in that area. We have pinpoint Doppler on red mode for the storm off to the west of Indianapolis. Let's take a look at reflectivity right in there, right south of Dana, Indiana. This is heading into parts of Vermilion County, about to move into parts of Park County. So areas like Rockville, Dana, Newport, Marshall, Clinton. Storm is heading for your area. I want to see if we're live on YouTube. We should be. But we are getting tornado warnings. We're getting tornado warnings all over we're just getting this one tornado warning. Then we might have another one getting issued in parts of Warren County. So areas like West Lebanon and Attica. That storm might go tornado warning. I want to see if I can to switch over to Storm Scan real quick. And I want to switch it over off to the right. So here's Storm Scope. This is the area I'm highlighting if we get a new tornado warning for this area and this area near Fowler and Oxford. So if you're in this area, get ready. We might get a new tornado warning in a minute. So we need to watch this storm as it continues moving out of Illinois and into parts of western Indiana. Let me let some people know that we're live. So Storm Scope is up, ready, and I'm not surprised if we get a new tornado warning on this storm. So green is towards the radar, red is away. Right in the middle is where you can see possible tornadic storm. And so yeah, we gotta watch this storm if it continues moving off to the north and east. Head back down to that tornado warning into parts of Fountain County, about to move towards Eugene. I'm about to see if we have any damage reports coming in real quick. We don't have any damage yet from Illinois. But still, I'm not surprised if we do start getting damage moving through parts of Illinois. Me, because we still got these tornadoes. Still, we had tornado warnings in the parts of Illinois. Those have been producing some damage. We've had about 3 confirmed tornadoes, as I know of, that I've been tracking. So we've had about 3 different tornadoes produce something near the off to the west. So about, let me circle the area. It was about this area. We had about a couple tornado warnings. We had 3 confirmed tornadoes at the same time, which is not only crazy but very insane, to be honest. And sounds like they're canceling tornado watches west of Indianapolis, or west of Indiana. So Bloomington, Peoria, they're getting out of the tornado watch. And we just got a new tornado warning in south of Peoria. This is outside of our coverage area, but some people might know anybody in Peoria. Right in there near Delavan is the storm. Right in there, bouts moving off to the north. So areas like Peoria, East Peoria, Morton, Groveland, east of Pekin. But let's head back to our storm and look at that. Look at that rotation. That is a tight area of rotation directly over Dana, moving off to the north and east. Switch back over to the Indy radar. Storm is heading for Highland. Storm is heading for West Union, Newport, Rockport, Sylvania. Storm is heading for you. This storm continues Montgomery County, parts of Park County. This is already into, not even moving into Park County yet, but about to move towards Park County. So areas like Petersburg could get in on this storm. See that flashing red polygon right here near Marshall? That's a tornado warning. This storm continues and will move into Vigo County. We got another severe thunderstorm warning for the only area. And here's a new mesoscale discussion on this area towards Evansville. So these storms these storms are gonna go so far south to about the northern parts of Tennessee. So let's head back to the tornado warning for Highland, and that hook is impressive. Right east of Dana, direct, about to move over Dana at the moment in Rockport. I want to switch over to pinpoint Doppler and watch this storm as it's moving northeast. It's heading for Montezuma right at the moment, and we aren't getting any frames from the National Weather Service out of Indy. Not getting the radar out of Indy loading, so we'll go back to, let me switch back over to storm scan, storm scope, as it's called. I don't know why it's called storm scan, but I'm about to reboot early warning pinpoint Doppler so we can get it back. So this area right east of Dana, that's about to move towards West Union. This storm has had a history, or this storm just produced a tornado, or it's producing rotation that could produce a tornado. The storm has not had a history of producing tornadoes, but the storm is about to produce a tornado. And if you're not even getting on the tornado threat, you're getting in on damaging winds. And I think we might have a possible embedded area of rotation near south of Petersburg. I want to see if I can load back up early warning pinpoint Doppler, which we're trying to get back up. So south of Petersburg, this might be another possible area of rotation right in there, which I'm not surprised if the National Weather Service out of Indy produces a new tornado warning. Let's me and pinpoint. We still got early warning pinpoint Doppler still tripping at the very moment. Trying to see if we are up and running, which we are. Thank goodness. That's a good thing about this. We are up and running. Let me see. We're getting warnings all over the place. Let me produce this stream out real quick. me put this out on Facebook. Let me produce this out and then we'll get to back to the coverage. And then let me send this out and we are posted up. So we got that posted at the moment. So let's head back to Storm Scope real quick. And has the radar updated yet? I think so. Yeah, last time it updated was 39 or yeah, 49. Oh yeah, it just updated. Looks like rotation is kind of starting to deteriorate, but it's still there, about to produce a tornado. Let me head north to about the Attica area in Petersburg. That I think we might need to do a reset on pinpoint Doppler. We have it's down, it's not really going at the moment, so we're trying to reboot early warning pinpoint Doppler to get this storm up and running. We'll get that back up. I want to switch over real quick to our tornado safety tips. Real quick, let's switch it over. So tornado safety tips. This is for the areas that are impacted by this tornado. If you're at home, go to a basement or the smallest center room away from windows. Yet again, stay away from windows. Cover yourself with blankets, mattress, anything you get your hands on. If you're in a high rise, go to the lowest floor possible, which I don't think there's any high rises in and around the Park County area. So, or seek shelter in interior stairwells. If you're in a mobile home, abandon it. Find a substantial shelter and go to a public shelter or a local establishment. Back over to storm scope, in which we're gonna drive the radar back up. Driving the radar back. And we gotta watch this storm right near Darwin, Illinois. And I think we're starting to get in on the second line. We have two lines that could move through. We got the first one east of Bloomington in Illinois, and then we got the one about to move into parts of central Indiana. And wow, this storm looks just like the one a couple of hours, about 15-20 minutes ago. That is impressive. That we gotta watch this storm. Fillmore, parts of same areas that I said that could get hit on that previous storm. So, alright. Let me see what they're doing with this storm near Howard, which they might which is about to produce a tornado at that moment. So as the storm continues to move northeast into Dana, West Union, Howard, it will move towards Petersburg, south of Petersburg, and in towards Waynestown. And we're starting to get tornado warnings starting to pop in Illinois, which means these storms, and wow. I'm not going to focus on this one for so long, but wow. Look at that hot stinger right in there. Moving towards Farmer City, Foosland, and Empire. Let me switch over to the Chicago radar, and I'm not surprised this rotates near Morocco, but we're here for this tornado warning. that is in effect moving towards Dana, or it's actually moving towards Kingman, right at this very moment. If it continues parts of Montgomery County and into parts of Park County. Let me watch. We gotta watch this one near Marshall again. That could move into parts of Vigo County. Storm Shield is back up and running. Let me see if we can get it up. If we can drive radar. Yep, we can finally drive Storm Shield. So let's switch back over to early warning pinpoint Doppler. Finally got that back up. The area is directly over Newport. Let me see if I can get up our street view. Let me see if I can get a street view. Real quick. I want to see if I can pop up street view real quick so we can see where this storm is at the very moment. Switch back over to that area. You might not see pinpoint Doppler. Switch over. Let me switch that. And then put weatherwise up. So weatherwise 1. Get that up. Lets me pop up, and we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Montgomery, all of Tippecanoe, I think that's Carroll and Western Boone. So they just pulled the trigger on a new severe thunderstorm warning for that storm. Switch over to Storm Shield, which we're back on. We got a confirmed tornado in Illinois, which is what I'm looking at right now. So let me pop it up. Let me pop up the radar, or let me pop up pinpoint Doppler. So right over Newport, right in that area, which normalized rotation is showing. I want to see if I can pixel query. We have the storm tracks up. I want to pixel query this area, which has 0.5 NROT, which means there is a decent area of rotation. I want to see if I can query the winds 38 going one way and 28 going the other. It's 50-mile-an-hour shear, which isn't a lot, but this area has the possibility to produce multiple tornadoes, to produce multiple rotating storms. Pop that out, and let me take a look. Hail is not really a big threat, but there's still a little bit of hail off into the storm. Let me query the hail. 0.75 inch east of Cuyahoga. And what I want to do is pixel in some of the streets real quick. Let's pixel in some of the streets that's in threat for this rotating storm. So let's this is Towpath Road. Right here is 1025 Road. That right there, that's north. There's Towpath Road. It's about to move directly over. That is County Road 66 into Kingman. And heading towards 1200 north. There's the county line from parts of, that is, let me see, from Park County into parts of, this is, let me query in the counties because I'm starting to get confused. From Park County into Fountain County. So Kingman in that direct path. Let me zoom in onto downtown Kingman. That starts about to move in. South Robert Street. Areas like West South Odd Street. East Main Street going through the city of Kingman. Let's head. Let me see if I can pixel in winds, because these winds are about to start howling in the next few minutes in Newport and Dana. Let me see if I can switch that over to the wind query, which we're only reading 40 mph, 50 isolated areas of up to 60 mph winds. Yup, 60 just to the west of Montezuma. And what I just noticed, where you see that discoloration from, we over Storm Shield, we are, or on Pinpoint Doppler. You see the slight discoloration, that is a normal severe thunderstorm warning in normal orange for Vigo County. Where you see the lighter area, that is a considerable severe thunderstorm warning with winds up to 70 miles an hour. So this does include Delphi, Rossville, Lafayette, all the way down to Crawfordsville. And I wonder if they're gonna they might extend this tornado warning further north and east. I want to see if I can go under the radar real quick. Let's do a 3D slice of it and see if I can go under the radar on here. And here it is. Here's the storm moving towards Newport. Here it is under the radar. Let's pop in the hail. So hail is about to move over Rock Newport, about to move towards Covington in the western parts of the state. Switch back over to Pinpoint Doppler. And yeah, we gotta watch that storm near Bainbridge, because as I said, we gotta watch for these individual supercells that could produce tornadoes. And we have the radars up where you see the radar imagery. It's just popping in the tornado watch, which has been in effect for the last for about an hour or so. So moving for Dana and Newport and Kingman. Let's see. We also gotta watch this one for Bainbridge, if this storm will start to continue, if this one goes tornadic. New severe thunderstorm warning Sullivan and northern Knox County. This does include, I think, all of Sullivan County is under a severe thunderstorm warning. It's not popping up on Pinpoint Doppler, but we got a new severe thunderstorm warning for all of Sullivan County, northern parts of Knox County. There it is, popping up on Pinpoint Doppler. So, leading edge of the line is moving for the Oaktown area, Sullivan, Farmersburg, Miriam. This storm is going to be heading for your area, and it's been highlighting winds of up to 40 to 50 miles an hour. Let's pixel in some of the winds since we got it up. About 40 to 50 mile-an-hour winds. There's a 50 just south of Flat Rock in portions of Sullivan County. Actually moving out of Robinson. So let's head back up to this tornado warning for Yedo. That's I'm not surprised they extend the tornado warning further north to include Petersburg, Hillsborough, Kingman, and Waynestown. And yeah, look at that right in there. Let me see if I can pop it up. Yep, right in there, moving towards Lafayette. We gotta watch. Yup, right in there. We're about to get a new. I'm not surprised. The National Weather Service out of Indianapolis issues a new tornado warning for, what is this? Parts of Tippecanoe County, as that area is about to move for the Lafayette area. So if you're in Lafayette Battleground, West Lafayette, Otterburn, Brookston, Delphi, if this storm decides to continue, which I bet it will, you need to get ready to take cover from that storm. Slide south. Let's back out. Let's do a home view. And let's reset real quick. I'm Storm Track 6 at Seagull Von Labor. We do have storms all over the place producing damaging winds, widespread damaging winds across parts of the state. We have a tornado warning for Park, Vermilion, and parts of. This is for Park, Vermilion, and Fountain until this is until 3:15. So it's 3:03 right now, which I'm not surprised if they extend that further. I want to switch over to Storm Shield, or not Storm Shield. I want to switch over to Storm Scope real quick and pinpoint where the rotation is. Let's get to the drawing tool. Pinpointing back where the drawing tool is. Let me take that out the way. So right in there, Harveysburg, Steam Corner, Centennial. This is heading for that general vicinity at the very moment. And yup, they have just did something to the tornado warning. This is, let me see the details. You're gonna see it on here. So, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located near Newport, is 20 miles southeast of Danville, Illinois, moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. So this storm is about to move into parts of moving towards north of Rockville. The line is about to move. Switch back. Let me switch over to reflectivity real quick. And back out. So main area where the line is about to move through Terre Haute. So Terre Haute, I'm gonna say Sullivan, Vincennes. You're gonna get in on the southern area, southern extent of the line. Then it's about to move towards Lafayette, Crawfordsville, Rensselaer, that area. And look at the bow. Never seen a bow like that in a hot minute. That storm is about to move into parts of the CWA. Let's head to the isolated supercells that I'm watching. This one south of Rochdale. Storm is moving off to the north and east. We got this one in Bloomington, and they just issued the tornado watch. So southwestern Indiana, so areas like Owensboro, Paducah, Mayfield, Evansville, Cape Girardeau, Carbondale, Murray, Hopkinsville, and Madisonville. Those areas, and Louisville, almost forgot Louisville, they're under a tornado watch. And I want to get up the details. Let's pop it up live. So, tornado watch is in effect till 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight, Central Daylight Time, which is 9 o'clock Eastern. And the tornado warning, I'm surprised that they're still keeping it west of Terre Haute. That area is still rotating. It's about to move for the state line. So Lemire Hill, West Terre Haute, Liggett, Harrison, St. Mary's of the Woods. We're getting into smaller communities. North, let me see if I can pop that back up. West Sarah Myers Drive. There's North Tom's Place. There's Liggett off into the northwestern part of Vigo County. Let's head back to the Indianapolis radar and watch that storm. And wow, look at that. The tornado is fully in Vigo County, and yep, there as I was just saying, new tornado warning now in effect for portions of. This is for Tippecanoe, northern Tippecanoe. This does include Lafayette, Shadeland, Battleground, West Lafayette, and for basically almost all of Carroll County. So Flora, Deer Creek, Camden, Delphi, Yeoman. You're in that tornado warning. So we're up to 2, 3 technically with this one just to the south and west of Terre Haute. And we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for southern Knox County. So about to move into moving. Oh wow, structure of that storm is impressive. and that one is for parts of far northwestern Knox County. Let's back out and switch over to the tornado potential. This is what I really wanted to break in on. This is a new 10% tornado risk that came out about 3 hours ago. Came out at about 12, and that is now a 10% tornado risk north of Bloomington. So Indy, Newcastle, Muncie, Fort Wayne, Lafayette, Danville, Attica, Terre Haute. We knew this was gonna happen. I let y'all know. I've given y'all the first alert that this would produce, that this could go 10%. So let's get out to the composite reflectivity real quick, which is just showing basically what's going on across the entire area. So let's get up the drawing tools up and make the sides big. So we got this low pressure that is spinning these thunderstorms, that is forming all these thunderstorms. These were the same storms that were in parts of Illinois that has caused all the havoc around Auburn, Illinois. And we're not the only people experiencing severe weather. We got a severe thunderstorm watch for Philly, Baltimore, and Washington D.C. And there is more storms to the west, but the tornado watch is getting canceled for parts of southwestern Illinois and into parts of far eastern Missouri. And here's the storm in Kansas City, about Kansas City moving south. We could get in on another round of thunderstorms possible after this first one. Let's switch over to the Indianapolis radar, and that storm near Rochdale. It's still not developing into nothing, but the shape of it is concerning, very, for a possible tornadic look. So let's head up north. Let's head to the tornado warning that's now in effect for Lafayette. The area of rotation, right in there, north of Lafayette, north of the Lafayette radar, or not north of Lafayette radar, north of the Lafayette airport. So over Klondike, moving towards Battleground. So if you're in Battleground, if you know anybody in Battleground, tell them to take cover. If you're in Ash Grove, Delphi, Youmans, Rockfield, Lockport, Patton, this storm is heading for your general vicinity. We gotta watch this as the storm continues to move off to the north and east. Let me do some things real quick and then we'll get back to the radar. Let me switch over, which this does include most of we just heard that beeping. Let me see if we just got a new tornado warning. Yep. As we knew it. We got a new tornado warning for parts of Vigo, let me get the data up. You're going to see it here on Store Track 6. So, Vigo, Clay, Park Vermilion until 3:45. Severe thunderstorm capable producing a tornado is located near Terre Haute, moving northeast at 40. So this storm is heading for Rosedale and Harrison, north of the main grid in Terre Haute. Let me switch over to early morning pinpoint Doppler, which is out on a home view. Start north to south and get in on the specific storms. This storm near Lafayette, right in near Battleground. That storm will be heading for Battleground within the next 5 minutes. Delphi, Brookston. This is about to move outside of this is in our coverage area. I forgot we included Monticello in our new coverage area. So Monticello, south of that area, you need to watch that storm if it continues. Delphi, get ready. Rockville, get ready. Youmans, get ready. This storm is gonna head for your area. I think we have another area of rotation. Yep. Another area south of Petersburg. So, Wingate, Mellitt, Newtown, Odell, get ready, take cover. because we're about to get a new tornado warning for that storm. The Montezuma storm, I don't see anything. I'm going to switch over to storm relative. I think and wow, look at that one right there. Right east of Mecca. That is rotating, most definitely. And Enrod, it's showing negative. But I think that might be rotating just to the east of Mecca. In that area north of Terre Haute. Let me switch over to storm relative velocity and back out real quick so we can set storm motion for marker. So yeah, we have that area just to the north of West Terre Haute moving into North Terre Haute, Rosedale, and Caitlin. Right in there, just to the east of Mecca, we got another rotating storm. Could produce a tornado just to the east of the city of Mecca. So Rockville, take cover. West of Rockville, if you know anybody on US Highway, this is US Highway 36 from Rockville to Montezuma. If you know anybody on there, tell them get off, go to the nearest restaurant. If you're south of Petersburg, if you're on I-74 from Covington all the way over, let's just say Crawfordsville, you need to get off at the nearest gas station or restaurant because this line is about to move in and this storm has embedded areas of rotation. Let's head to Lafayette where I think we have different areas of rotation. This one, the main one, west of Battleground, moving on I-65 right at the moment. Then we got this depleted area just to the southwest of Brookston, and this one will be heading for Yalmans at that track. So we have multiple warnings, multiple hazards in that area. We'll switch back over to storm scope real quick. I want to see if I can get it up. There we go. And North Terre Haute, that area. And we just got an update on a tornado warning for somewhere. I think that was for the western storm in Illinois. So let's look at the different tornado warnings. We have two in our coverage area right now. We have let's actually point out. Let's just do a quick reset, see what we got going on. So we got the line about to move into parts of southern Indiana, so Vincennes, Terre Haute. We got the tornado warning north of Terre Haute in this red and white area. We got a possible unwarned rotation south of Petersburg. So Rockville heads up, northwest of Crawfordsville heads up. We got another rotating storm about to move into parts of that is Tippecanoe, about to move into parts of southeastern White County and into parts of far southwestern Carroll County. Let's head north. We have this arching line. It's starting to arch out near Gary and Valparaiso. So this is just an arching line of showers and thunderstorms. So I'm going to see if I can get it up on the composite. Yeah, this is just an arching line of showers and thunderstorms. So this line is producing damaging winds, hail, and tornadoes. Let's head north to south back on the storms. So we got this it looks like a beware just to the northwest of Battleground. A beware is a bounded weak echo region that highlights the area of possible rotation. So near Mart Lane, that is Mort Lane, I think. That's Mart Lane. There's Jaden Drive. There's East 800 north. That storm is about to move into Yalmans, Delphi, Chalmers. Heads up in that area. Let me head south to the Petersburg and Hillsborough storm. Gotta watch that for a possible area of rotation. Then let's head north to about Harrison and Otter Creek. That storm is rotating, and not surprised if we get something in Rockville, but I think that might be part of the radar. And we gotta watch this. Look at the hook on there. Look at that. like a little bit of a kidney bean, like a hook shape, starting to form on that storm east of Rochdale. We're hoping it's gonna get choked out by the line. We're gonna hope it's gonna embed into the line and die out into the line. But we're gonna hope. Let's hope that it does. But I highly doubt it with these storms. Want to see if I can do a couple things. Look at the chat. Let me look at the chat real quick if we got anything yet. I don't think so. Yeah, not really anything. So, really, big thing we gotta watch are these storms that are producing damaging winds and hail.
This is not a scam. The Health Food Allowance card is available for those on Medicare.
And looking from Wish TV out of Indianapolis, their stream, which they're showing some damaging, they're showing some rain in that area. Want to see if I can pop up an in-dot cam quickly. If I want to find an in-dot cam, so we can pinpoint where where some of these storms are. Let's head to about the Lafayette area. Let's pop up the video from that. Let's switch over to the video real quick, and it's gonna say Futurecast. We're not going on Futurecast yet. We just have that transition. So this is in Lafayette. This is the US 52 camera. Let's switch out the Futurecast off to the side over here. And that is the area, that is where the tornado warning is in effect. Let's turn on the weather radar. So this is going to be really way too might go on. Let's see if I can get a camera east of Terre Haute ahead of this tornado. This is the I-70 cam from Terre Haute. This was within a couple of seconds. But let's switch back over to radar. Switch back over to pinpoint Doppler. And it is just active on the radar. You see the bottom of the screen that has the tornado watches and warnings. I want to thanks Storm with the new ticker at the bottom. That is called Overview. I want to thank Storm from that. And Battleground Delphi Brookston. We gotta watch that storm moving off to the north and east. And I'm not surprised we get something east of Logansport. And look at that, could go tornado warned near onward if that storm continues. Alright, we got not an extension, but we have a update to the tornado warning in parts of far northeastern Tippecanoe County. So areas east of Battleground could get in on that storm. So America's Buck Creek Heath is either Heath or Health north of Dayton, Indiana. So, but still in effect for Delphi, for Youmans, for Camden, Flora, and Deer Creek for most of Carroll County. There it is. It just popped up right on there. And look at that right there east of Logansport. This one, you can't see it. You see a slight discoloration right there. That is possible rotation. And Storm Relative is showing it, but it's a little wonky. So still, that area we gotta watch. Let's head to that kidney bean shape north of North Salem, moving towards Jamestown, Advance, and Lebanon. So this hook is starting to produce something, not a tornado, but it's starting to hook out just to the east of Rochdale. Not surprised. National Weather Service, I'm not surprised if the National Weather Service extends the warnings further east. We just got just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is gonna be for parts. This does include Rockville, Greencastle, Brazil. This is for Clay, Owen, Putnam, parts of Park County, and there it is on pinpoint Doppler. And you see a slight discoloration. This is a considerable storm with winds of up to, let me see if this is highlighting 70-mile-an-hour winds and penny-sized hail. So that is what is going on in that storm. No new warnings other than the new severe thunderstorm warning. I'm not surprised if the southern one for Sullivan extends into Green, all of Clay, southern parts of Owen County. But let me see if we're gonna get something. This is outside of our coverage area, but we have a severe thunderstorm warning in parts of Gibson and Pike County in southwestern Indiana. That storm, if it continues, will move into parts of Greene and parts of Monroe County. Then we got a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of White County in Illinois, Vanderburgh, northwestern Vanderburgh, and Posey County. Storm is near New Vernon, Mount Vernon, moving northeast. This is outside of our coverage area, but some people might have family around that area. Still got tornado warnings north of Bloomington, Illinois. So we're gonna have to watch. I'll switch back over to the radar and back out. Put this into motion. So you see the arching line. The storm has been producing rotating storms that could produce isolated tornadoes in and around the line of storms. We just updated the tornado warning in portions of northeastern Vigo, northern Clay, and parts of Park County. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located near Clinton or 8 miles north of Terre Haute, moving northeast at 40. So they have just trimmed the warning for the Terre Haute area, which is right in there near Rosedale. And let me switch over to velocity. Let me switch over to storm relative velocity. And yeah, there's two areas. One west of Rosedale that's about to move towards Rosedale, and the other one south of Rosedale moving towards Bridgeton. And I want to see if I can get up storm track, like if I can pop up the storm tracks real quick. Let's get it up if we can real quickly. Let's pop it up. Let's put a track. Let's start north to south on the tracks. So let's pop up the storm track. It's moving towards Yeomans and Delphi. Let's put this storm. Storm is moving northeast. This storm is moving fast at 65 miles an hour, which is insanely fast for a line of storms. Let's put it at about 65. Let's put it out and okay, it's on the streak. It's on the pixel query, so that's why we weren't getting anything at that moment. But let's put back the track. Move it northeast at about 60 miles an hour. And we will get up tracks. And it will pop up the track. You see the track right in there moving towards Logansport. And wow, look at that. Outside of our coverage area, but hot. But look at that stinger. Moving towards Couts and Valparaiso. Gotta watch that storm. And let me see if I can pop up the area real quick. I want to see if I can pop it up so we can look at the track. I want to see if I can pop it up real quick so we get up the tracks. And yeah, you see the how we put up the tracks, but that's not the right source. I want to see if I can pop it up so we can make it visible. Let me see if I can that is the wrong thing. That is, You know what? I'll just list them out. So Rockfield, 334. Lockport, 335. Georgetown, 340. Fletcher by about 352. Dunkirk, 354. Fletcher, 354. 12 Mile, 357. Perrysburg at 401. Greenock, 404. Wagner at about 405. Birmingham at 405. And Athens at 409. This storm is going to continue and moving towards Akron, Indiana by about what does that say? 4:15 Eastern time, which I think they converted to Eastern also. I want to take off where you guys can see. Yeah, let's take that off. Let's head back south, and I think all of Knox County is about to be under a warning. Basically most of Knox County is under some sort of warning, which is mainly severe thunderstorm warnings and surprisingly no tornado warnings really, which that's actually surprising. Let's head back to the hooking storm near Jamestown, which isn't producing anything at the very moment. We just got an update on I think the tornado warning in Illinois. We have 2 tornado warnings in Illinois, 2 in parts of Indiana. Yep, 2 tornado warnings in Illinois, 2 in Indiana. But let's head out and look at the storms. This line is going to be marching east, so this storm is gonna move towards Indianapolis within the next couple of hours, which the line will be quick, but it will take a minute for it to hit Indianapolis. Let me switch over to our other radar. Switch that over. Storm scope. We have a storm chaser. We have Jennifer McGann. Well, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. In Kokomo. And then we have the storm near Lebanon. We got the line, this big arching line that is pushing off to the east. We have it on composite now. And just look at the line. So let's clear some places real quick, because some areas are, I think, about to be clear. Let's clear out Attica. Let's clear out West Lebanon. Let's clear out Covington. As long as we don't get anything from the west into portions of Illinois, then we can clear Attica, Covington. We can clear those areas. I just noticed the tornado watch is now in effect. I just noticed that. Tornado watch is in effect for Fort Wayne, basically for mainly everybody, except for Richmond, Connersville, Liberty, and Brookville, which y'all will be under a tornado watch, but they just haven't issued it yet. It's not that far east. Let me zoom in onto the storm near Bridgeton. And that storm is, I think we have another area right in there, which we gotta watch, as that will be moving northeast. Let's head back to the tornado warning in parts of, this is for Northern Carroll County. This is only for Carroll County. Tippecanoe County, you're out of the warning, but this still is but we still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for that area. Let me zoom in. The velocity is showing a bit of rotation just to the east of Yalman. That will be heading towards Burnettsville and Logansport if this continues. We got the line moving in towards Crawfordsville with 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. Right now, about to move towards Crawfordsville. Then let's head south to the area just to the northeast of Terre Haute, where we do have that tornado warning in effect for that area. So Rosedale, Bridgeton is under that tornado warning at the very moment. I'm not surprised if we get a new one for this area just to the south of Nilesville. And let me exit that out and head further south. So Sullivan You're getting in on the line at the moment. As long as we don't, again, if as long as we don't get initiation west, Graysville, Hudsonville, York, Fairbanks, Darwin, I'm gonna say you're clear, but we might get some development west of Sullivan if the atmosphere has some more energy on it. We've been on for almost an hour, which is incredible. And there's the Spirit Tornado Watch that is blinking in parts of far southern Indiana. This doesn't include any of our counties, but this watch does include basically most of our counties. And into this basically includes this tornado watch goes for just about everybody in Indiana. So almost everybody in Indiana except far southeastern Indiana. And I think there we go. They're clearing out counties in Illinois. So Decatur, Illinois, Sullivan, Illinois, Shelbyville, Illinois, Effingham. Those are starting to clear, but we still have the tornado watch still here until 7 o'clock East Central, which is 8 o'clock Eastern. So we got about 5 hours with this tornado watch. And let's head further north back to the Bridgeton storm. Let me see. I think it's starting to die out just to the north of Bridgeton, which I'm not surprised that happens. Switch back over to pinpoint Doppler quickly. And there's the mesoscale discussion that has been in effect for the last couple of hours. Let's take off that real quick. Let's take that off. It will be back. That was the watches. Let's pop the watches back on. I just took off the watches instead of the mesoscale discussion. So let's take that off so we can just get it out plain. So this line moving out of Logansport, moving forward Lafayette, moving towards Crawfordsville, Greencastle. We got this line ahead of the line into parts of Owen County. So about to moving into Owen County, so northwest of Gosport. We're about to get in on that. Alright, National Weather Service has just canceled the tornado warning for the for parts of Vigo County. So tornado warning is not in effect for Vigo County, but the line is still moving through the Vigo County area. But let's head north. The only tornado warning now is for this one near Burnettsville, Delphi, Yalmans, Rockfield. I think the rotation started to die out, but it's right in there, just to the south of Burnettsville and Logansport. The storm will be heading for Royal Center and Mattia at this in the few minutes. Let's back out and look at normalized. Actually, let's look at hail, because hail is a threat, but it's not that big of a threat. The further southwest you go, I think that's where the higher hail potential is. And I want to pop up the hail area, which we're gonna see in the next few minutes. Let me pop it up real quickly. Pop up the query tool so we can find the hail, which we're gonna switch back and pop back up weatherwise up. So we got that back up. So we gotta watch this storm just to the north and east, moving into about the Sullivan area. So Terre Haute, Brazil, Sullivan, northeast of Vincennes, Bruceville. We got about an inch of hail, looks like, just to the north and east of Vincennes. So Bicknell, Edwardsport, that area, it's heading for that area. Not getting any new warnings in effect. Actually, I haven't even looked at hail, which that's wild, but alright. Let's look at hail starting north, which we're just getting about 0.32, about 0.3 inch hail. Only getting about 0.3 inch hail in that storm. Let's head north to about the. Let's head south to Crawfordsville, 0.5-inch hails, and then this one near Almo, 0.5-inch hail. And let's head to Terre Haute over Sealyville. They're getting about an inch of hail based on a radar, and radar just updated. So the hail is just northeast of Sealyville. It's back out, and really, we've been tracking this. I've been tracking this for almost couple of days. I knew about 3 days in advance. Decided to let y'all know, hey, we might get some lines, could produce isolated tornadoes, winds, and not surprised there's some hail in there. That's what happened. And as this storm continues to move northeast, we've had telltale signs that this will produce possibly multiple tornadoes. But really, the main tornado potential has been into parts of Illinois, which some areas are getting canceled from the tornado watch. So let's switch over to storm scope and look just to the west of Terre Haute. Gonna have to watch that just in case if that decides to produce anything. Let me back out and hop on Storm Shield real quick. And just to the east of Terre Haute, this line is producing 60 to 70 mile an hour winds. 60 to 70 mile an hour winds. We're about to get it. I'm not surprised if we get 80 in east of Terre Haute, which we're getting 80 to almost 90 mile an hour winds. Yep, there's a 91. I just saw a 91 mile an hour winds east of Purdy Hill. And yeah, so there's the starting to get 90 mile an hour winds in this line. You see 96.2. That's incredible. Which this storm could reach destructive areas if this would continue. And look at that. There's a new mesoscale discussion for portions of northeastern Indiana, parts of Illinois, parts of Ohio, and parts of Michigan. So southwest of Detroit, Ann Arbor, Kalamazoo. Let them know that they're gonna have a severe weather situation like we have on them. Let's head to Advance, which we have a Splash and Dasher, which is the hook that we're watching just to the southwest of Lebanon. And let's hope we don't get a new tornado warning on that storm. If we do, we gotta stay on. But overall, we're still on because of the Carroll County storm, which I wonder if they're gonna go tornado warning further north to Royal Center, which I'm not surprised if they do, because of the rotation. Let me switch over to velocity. And not there, but let me switch over to early warning pinpoint Doppler and head north to that storm. Rotation is starting to die out, really. That's the good thing. If this rotation is starting to die out, that's a good thing to watch, just in case if this decides to produce a tornado. It's a good thing, but let's see. Me just got something happen. I think it's the tornado warning west, so that's a good thing. We only got one tornado warning, which is in effect for Carroll County. This is still in effect. It's in effect for 3 minutes, and then it will expire. But we'll see if the National Weather Service out of Indy issues the new tornado warning if they want to continue it. So line is moving into Greencastle, Bainbridge, Waveland. That's moving into your area. Crawfordsville right now, Darlington, Advance. You're getting in on a pocket of thunderstorm, but you're about to be impacted by another area by the line, which is producing 70 to 80 mile an hour winds. And we saw look at that. You can see possibly 90 mile an hour winds, and that's reading about right in there where you see these heavy blips right in there. That is damaging winds, very damaging winds, up to, if it's producing about 60 to 70 mile an hour winds, possibly 80 to 90 mile an hour winds. if this one continues. And as it continues moving east, you're going to hear the weather radio go off because this is starting to move into the National Weather Service, which is already in the NWS Indianapolis's warding area. But as it's moved further into Indianapolis and into parts of Marion County, they will go ahead and start up the EAS, which I'm not surprised they do within the next few seconds because we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Boone. For Boone, there it is. Which I'm not surprised if it just goes off. It's probably about to. It does. Yep, there it is. Let's listen to the details real quick.
Thunderstorm warning for Carroll County, southeastern Fountain County, eastern Tippecanoe County, Clinton County, Howard County, northeastern Park County, Boone County, western Tipton County, Montgomery County, until 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 3:43 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 9 miles southwest of Logansport to 7 miles south of Crawfordsville, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Lafayette, Kokomo, Frankfort, Crawfordsville, Lebanon, Delphi, Flora, Rossville, Shetland, Thorntown, Dayton, Battleground, Mulberry, Rushville, Latiga, Waynatown, Jamestown, Darlington, Kirkland, and Linden.
So yeah, so this storm has been producing damaging winds, and as I said, as it's moving closer to Indianapolis area, they will start the EAS, and I think they just canceled the tornado warning into parts of Carroll County. We're gonna try let's at least stay on a little longer as the storm continues to move east. If we get a destructive severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warning, we'll break back in. But we'll stay on for a couple of minutes until about closer to about we're closer to 350, and we just got they just, as I said, that they just reissued the tornado warning. So new tornado warning is now in effect for northern parts of, let me get the details, for northern portions of southwestern Fulton County, northern Cass County, until 4:15. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located over Royal Center, 8 miles northwest of Logansport, moving northeast at 45. So we just got a new tornado warning. This does include our coverage area, which we do cover Logansport, technically Peru, yes. So we just got the tornado warning that just popped in for Fulton and south of Rochester. The area of rotation is highlighted just to the east of Royal Center, which is in parts of, this is in Fulton, this is in southwestern Fulton County. Southwestern Fulton County is Rochester, and Cass County is Logansport. So northern Indiana just issued the tornado warning for that area. Let's head to the Lafayette area. Or actually, let's head south towards Worthington. The line's about to move into parts of Greene County, into parts of Clay County. Let me switch over to Storm Scope, in which the line is about to move into parts of Greencastle. So it's probably dark and ominous off to your west if you're in Greencastle. It is because these storms are about to push in, and at the very moment. Let me do something real quick. Take a look at velocity real quick, and That is now a tornado possible east of Greencastle. So we could have some isolated rotation possible in that line of storms. So we're going to have to watch that storm for possible rotation. Let's head to Marion, where we got a shower directly over the Marion area, which it looks very hook worthy, but not really. Let's head to the Royal Center storm, moving out of Royal Center, moving towards Lucerne, Lisa's Corner, Fletcher, and excuse me, Fulton. That will be moving off to the north and east. I want to get up some streets real quick. Let me switch over to Pinpoint Doppler. Actually, let me see if I can pop up the tornado safety plans real quick. Let's pop up tornado safety plans. So this is for areas north of Royal Center. So if you're at home, go to a basement or a small center room. Stay away from all windows and doors. Cover yourself with blankets, mattress, anything you can get your hands on. Also get a helmet. If you don't have a like a bicycle helmet, if you can get any helmet, put them on the kids, put them on you. If you can't get one, get a pot, put that over your head. Yes, it's gonna look silly, but that could enhance your chances for survival for just in case of blunt force trauma. If you're in a high rise, which I don't think there's any into Royal Center, go to the lowest floor possible, seek shelter in interior stairwells. If you're in a mobile home, abandon it now. Find a substantial shelter and go to a public shelter or a local establishment. They will let you in just in case. Which we're switching over to early warning pinpoint Doppler on normal mode. Which we're not on normal mode. We are on alert mode. So the only tornado warning, this is the only tornado warning across the US. So this is the only tornado warning we have, and it's smack dab into our coverage area. So west of Mattia, this is west of Mattia. I want to see if I can get up some streets real quick. We just got I think not extension, but we're starting to get warnings popping up all over the place. So let's look at the radar. Not saying the rotation, but I think it's because we're miles away from the radar. I think it will look. Let me actually see what radar is this closest to. Closest to the northern Indiana radar. Which let's switch over so we can pop up radar sites and switch over to the northern Indiana radar sites and head to the Royal Center storm, Mattia storm. And we're gonna wait for that to pop up. There it is, popping up. And right in there, near Grass Creek and near Fulton, that's the area of rotation. And a bit of a hook starting to develop just to the northwest of Mattia, moving into the Fulton area. So right there's a rotation about to cross from Fulton County. Actually, no, this is about to cross from Cass County into Fulton County. So Fulton, Rochester, get ready just in case if this storm continues. Let's head south, Kokomo, Tipton, severe thunderstorm warning as you heard from the weather radio. This time let's switch to the Indianapolis next rad quickly. Let's hope this doesn't go down. Thank goodness it didn't. But let's head to the Indianapolis next rad and watch this storm near Crawfordsville, the line that we've been tracking for about 2 to 3 hours as it was in portions of central Illinois, as it was producing damage into portions of Illinois. We're starting to get 60 to 70 mile an hour winds moving into Greencastle. If you're in portions of, actually, hold on. Switch. Let me see if I can switch over to storm relative. Starting to notice another possible pocket of rotation just southwest of Cloverdale. So we're gonna have to watch that storm if it continues, which I'm not surprised if it does. So another area of rotation right in there, just to the south and west of Cloverdale. And look at that, we're starting to get hot stingers all over the place. We're about to hear the weather radio go off. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Monroe, Morgan, Brown, Hendricks, Owen, Western Marion, Boone, Montgomery, and Putnam County. The weather, and this is a considerable storm. We're about to, yep, there's the weather service. There's the National Weather Service. Here's the weather radio going off right now. Let's hear the details real. Should be back. Just lost audio for. Audio is starting to cut out. Which we are back. Audio is starting to cut out, or my mic is starting to cut out at the very moment. But what you just heard, we got a severe thunderstorm warning, Western Marion County. This does not include Indianapolis, but this does include Zionsville. This does include Brownsburg. This does include Speedway. This does include IMS. So if you're around that area, that it's about to move towards your area. So this does include Danville, Pittsboro. This includes all of Morgan, northeastern Owen, far northern Monroe and Brown. Basically all of, what is that, Putnam County. Parts of southeastern Boone, and it's not really into Hamilton County, but still you're in that severe thunderstorm warning, which is considerable, and tornado possible, which is what I heard from the National Weather Service. Let me see. This is indeed a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning, which means rotation is possible. They're starting to notice rotation in and around the storm. So we're going to stay on. We got the tornado warning which is moving into Fulton, Indiana. That is moving, I think, out of our general coverage area. Let me double check and see if it's over Fulton. It's moving out of what is that? Moving out of Cass County and into parts of Fulton County. But we're gonna stay on since this does include parts of Marion County, and we might lose power here at the studios, which I'm not surprised if we do as this line continues to arch east. So Dan, let's switch over to the radar, switch over to Storm Scan or Storm Scope. I don't know why it's called Storm Scope. It's Storm Scan. But this storm is moving in to Plainfield, Clayton, Stylesville, and Cloverdale. We're starting to get a little bit of initiation, but these are just some showers and isolated thunderstorms, not really producing anything supercellular. So we could clear Terre Haute, we could clear Rockville, we could clear Attica, Fowler, Monticello, Lafayette. We cannot clear Lebanon, Danville, the Indianapolis metro area, Martinsville, Mooresville, Eminence, Cloverdale, Bloomington, all the way down south. This line is still moving towards the Indianapolis metro area. So we're about to go on. So this is 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock at the moment. Let's reset. First, let's look at storm relative, or first let's look at velocity. Then we'll reset real quick. This is preset type. Right in there is the possible area of rotation. Let's back out and let's actually get out home, which I'm not surprised if the weather radio is about to go off. We just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for all of Greene, all of Monroe, basically most of Lawrence, western parts of Brown County. So this line is starting to arch, moving towards Bloomington. If you're in Bloomington, if you know anybody in and around the Bloomington area, take cover immediately. Right now, the storm is about to move towards Bloomington and about to move towards Martinsville at this very moment. So we're gonna have to watch this storm right at the moment. Real quick, let me change some things up and stretch real quick. But yeah, we got the severe thunderstorm warning for basically the western half of the Indianapolis metro area. So let's back out and get out of let's reset real quick. I'm Storm Track 60 Steve on labor. It's 4 o'clock, 4:01 at the present time. We got a line of storms about to move through the western sides of the Indianapolis metro area. This line has had a history of producing. We don't have any damage yet, but we've had definite rotation. We've had rotations in and around the line. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning north of Logansport. So this is going to be for Wabash County, Fulton, Kosciuszko, Cass, Miami, and Marshall County until 4:45. So north of Wabash, north of Peru. This does include Warsaw, and into North Webster. Let me turn off the weather radio. Alright. Real quick, I want to give a quick weather, not a quick weather update, but I want to see if I can pop up the temperature map. If we can, I don't think we have it, but, switch over to the, early morning pinpoint Doppler and see if we can get up temperatures. At the moment, I think we got that off on pinpoint Doppler. We'll try to get it back up, but currently Indianapolis, we are reading at our studios, we're reading at about 58.6 with a feels like temp of 91.8. So the feels like temp is basically almost at 92, which I'm not surprised. We're hitting 90 at the very moment in and around the Indianapolis area. Wind starting to we don't got a direction, but it southeast at about southeast at 2 miles an hour. It's about to start blowing. The wind is about to start blowing into the western sides of the Indianapolis metro area. Starting to notice a bit of a hook. Starting to develop. Let me switch over to our other radar, which we only have two. Let's switch over. Take a look at storm relative velocity. And starting to notice a lot of kinks in the line where we're getting areas of rotation and into portions of possibly moving into the Indianapolis area. Still continuing the tornado watch until 8. The line is about to move into western parts of the Indianapolis metro. So this is moving into Almo. This is moving into Hendricks County. So North Salem, Liston, Pittsboro, Avon, Plainfield, that area. You're about to get in on a nasty thunderstorm line. We can clear Rockville. Brazil, I will give you about 5 more minutes, then you could be clear. Spencer, I would clear you. You're not even in the. You're about to be in the line. Whole City, not clearing you yet. Linton, you're almost done. Sanborn, you're basically done, but there's more storms to your south and west. Sullivan, you're clear. Shelburne, you're clear. So west of Rockville, basically west of Lafayette, you're clear from the line. But if you're east of 74, if you're east of 74, northeast 70, you're still gonna get in on this line, and this line is booking it off to the north and east. We've had speeds of up to 50. We've had mainly it's moving at 50 to 60, but as it was north, as the tornado warning was in effect north, that was moving at about 70 miles an hour. So 70 miles an hour, 65 at that. So this line is booking it off to the east. This line has had a history of producing damaging winds in and around western Indiana right now. So switch over to storm scan or storm scope real quick, and lines about to move through western sides of Indianapolis. So Danville, Coatesville, Almo, North Salem, and there's a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is a tornado, and this is a destructive severe thunderstorm warning. This is a new destructive severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Monroe, Morgan, Brown, Owen, and Eastern Green. This is a destructive storm with 80-mile-an-hour winds about to move into Spencer. And here's the NWS. Let's listen in real quick as we're about to get more details from the National Weather Service.
Weather Service in Indianapolis has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northern Monroe County, western Morgan County, northwestern Brown County, Owen County, eastern Greene County, until 4:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:05 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Spencer, or 18 miles northwest of Bloomington, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 80 miles per hour wind gusts. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be heavily damaged. Expect considerable damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Extensive tree damage and power outages are likely. Locations impacted include Bloomington, Martinsville, Bloomfield, Spencer, Ellettsville, Monrovia, Gosport, Paragon, Steinsville, Mahalaisville, Indiana University, Quincy, Helmsburg, McCormick's Creek State Park, Lake Lemon, Freedom, Salisbury, Dever, Union possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for South Central, Central, Southwestern, and West Central Indiana. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 4:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following counties in Indiana: Brown, Greene, Monroe, Morgan, and Owen.
So that was the severe thunderstorm warning that has just been issued, a destructive severe thunderstorm warning, and they just issued a new severe thunderstorm watch for portions of northwestern Ohio and parts of Michigan. So this does include Detroit, Toledo, Lima, Lansing, Kalamazoo, and Jackson, that area. But let's zoom in on the tornado warning, or on the severe thunderstorm warning that is destructive for basically most of basically for Martinsville. Let me pop up the counties again as it was read out. So Morgan, Monroe, Brown, Owen, Greene until 4:45. This line is producing 80-mile-an-hour winds, moving towards Ellettsville, moving towards Paragon, moving towards Freedom, and into Bloomington. This line is definitely dangerous and is producing definite 80-mile-an-hour winds. Let me take off special the mesoscale discussions. Let me turn that off. But this line is about to move towards the Indianapolis metro. So basically, tornado warning's out, but we're still gonna stay on just because we have a destructive severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Spencer, Ellettsville, Bloomington, Wayport, Kirby, Martinsville, and Adams. This storm is definitely, and I guarantee this line is gonna get this storm is gonna get extended into the metro area. So heads up Indianapolis, heads up Beech Grove, heads up I'm gonna say portions of Hamilton, Marion, Hancock, um, Johnson, Shelby, Eastern Brown, Bartholomew County. Heads up. This line is about to move towards your area. And this line is definitely about to move towards the Indianapolis area. We'll zoom in very tight on the Indianapolis metro, west of Indianapolis. So IMS sits right about here. IMS sits here. The line is about to move into western Marion County, and I think this might be a little bit of a hook developing, and I think there might be rotation right there near Pittsboro and Maplewood. And let me let y'all know something real quick before severe thunderstorm warnings get issued for the metro. Anytime a severe thunderstorm warning and a tornado warning get issued, sirens will sound in Marion County. That is definite. We know about this, or we've known about this, but let me give y'all a heads up. The sirens will sound if this thunderstorm warning gets issued for Marion County. Also, if a destructive severe thunderstorm warning gets in effect, your phones will buzz. That's all I gotta let you know of. Your phones will buzz like it's a tornado warning, and and it's like basically for good reason. This storm, basically, destructive severe thunderstorm warnings either have very severe hail up to baseball size hail, and or 80 to 90 mile an hour winds, and it's very rare that we will get a EDS, which we don't have any right now. A EDS is an extremely dangerous situation, which means basically 90 to 100 mile an hour winds is about to move through a certain area, which we don't have, but we have 80 mile an hour winds. But this is the area of most concern right in this line. So if you're east of this line, if you're in Ellisville, Bloomington, Clear Creek, you have basically a lot of lead time. Paragon, you're about to get hit. Godsboro, you're getting hit now. If you're in Martinsville, if you're in Indianapolis, you have lead time. You guys have lead time before this severe thunderstorm one gets issued. If you're west of the line, Rockville, Brazil, Jasonville, Linton, Sullivan, you're good. You're good. I think your severe weather is about to wind down, but mainly east of the if you're hold on, let me put a line. So if you're east of this line, you're good. If you're west of this line, you're good. If you're east of this line, you're gonna get hit. I'm gonna say Logansport, you're gonna be done within the next few minutes. Just hunker down in Logansport for the next couple of minutes. Indianapolis, you're about to get hit within the next 15 to 20 minutes. Let me zoom in real quick onto Marion County, Indianapolis, and let me see if we have any rotation. Let's switch over to early warning pinboard Doppler on red mode. Switch over and starting to notice a bit of a hook, starting to notice a bit of rotation starting to develop, and let's hope we don't get any tornado warnings in the metro area. And I think this is the only destructive this is the only destructive severe thunderstorm warning we have in Indiana. We have one in Maryland for Caroline County, Maryland. This is the only severe destructive in Indiana right at this moment. There, look at that right there, near southwest of Clayton. That is definitely, and I think this might be a bit of bit of rotation in and around this line right now. So ahead of this, if you're in Plainfield, get ready. If you're in Indianapolis, just get ready for this line that is about to push east. It is about to produce damage into portions of the area. And I want to see quickly, want to see real quick what we got going on. And I think we just got a new warning. No, this is not a new warning, but this is still about to move towards the Indianapolis metro. And I am looking off to my window. I see a little bit of darkening. It was just straight up bright. Now it's starting to darken a little, and as you can tell, it's about to go storm within the next 15 minutes. Which we're switched over here. Let me put a track on the leading edge so everybody in Indianapolis will get a heads up. We can find the correct track. Let me real quick. Let's find that real quick. Let's take this off and put this on that. Let's put the track. Let's put the direct line right in there. Let's put it northeast. Let me see how fast this thing is moving. Northeast at 55, so this thing is booking it off to the north and east. This still has the roads up, which is insane. Let me turn that off real quick, and then track this line 55 miles an hour. And we'll start to get towns and cities. This where you see the line, where you see that direct line right in there, that is the track that it could take, but it might deviate a little north or a little south depending on where you are. Let me see if I can let me see if I can pop up the times of arrivals. I want to see if I can pop that up to this time. And we'll see if we can. Where you see the track. Let me put that off to the side. And then, put the, media source, put that there. It's not showing the track, which is a little off. It's a touch off, but I'll read off the times of arrivals if I definitely need to. So, North Bellevue, 4:20 is 4:18. It's about to move towards your direct area. Or we could just look on here. I just forgot. Indianapolis at 4:41. Plainfield at about 4:27. Let's head west. Let me duck down real quick so I can at least get a good look at it. We just got a new warning. No, that does not include us, but that's good. Speedway's not in the track. Plainfield 4:27. Indianapolis 4:41. Avon is gonna be heading for you at about 4:27. Storm is definitely finna head towards the metro area. Cumberland is in the track, 4:52. Ivanhoe, 4:59. 4:52 actually. Then Greenfield, 5:03. We're looking northeast of Indianapolis. Sugar Hills at about 5:02. Mohawk, 5 o'clock on the dot. Maple Valley, 5:16. Pendleton, you're not in the track, but you're gonna get in on this line of thunderstorms. So we're just gonna play watch and wait for these thunderstorms if these will go severe. And we got a destructive severe thunderstorm warning for Indianapolis. Phones are about to start going off in Indianapolis right now. So we got a destructive severe thunderstorm warning for basically most of Marion County. This does include Indianapolis. This does include Lawrence, Beech Grove, Plainfield, Mooresville. Let's look at the terminal Doppler. This storm, we're about to hear beeping. This is now a destructive storm for parts of Indianapolis right now. There it is. Moving northeast at 60. Alright, we knew this was coming, but this storm is heading for the Indianapolis metro area. The weather service is about to go off right now. So this does include Marion County. Does include most of Marion County. It does include basically all of Marion County, except for Southport. But we're about to hear the NWS go off. Surprisingly, it's not going off. That's actually surprising, but it will be going off in the next few minutes. But so, this does include Indianapolis. This is now a destructive thunderstorm, which is producing 80-mile-an-hour winds. This is a destructive storm for Indianapolis, Plainfield, and Speedway. There will be debris. I'm not surprised if this will be a repeat of a couple of days ago. When was that? That was whenever the Bloomington Columbus tornado was. History is about to repeat itself with this severe thunderstorm warning. Not with the tornado, but with this severe thunderstorm warning. It's about to repeat itself. And there's the National Weather Service. We're about to listen in real quick. Let me see if I can back out and then, hold on. Listen in real quick.
The National Weather Service in Indianapolis has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for West Central Hancock County, North Central Morgan County, Southeastern Hendricks County, Marion County, South Central Hamilton County until 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:19 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 9 miles south of Danville, or 24 miles southwest of Indianapolis, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. This is a destructive storm for Indianapolis, Plainfield, and Speedway. Expected hazards include 80 miles per hour wind gusts. This is a radar-indicated threat. The The following impacts are expected. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be heavily damaged. Expect considerable damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles. Extensive tree damage and power outages are likely. Locations impacted include Indianapolis, Carmel, Lawrence, Plainfield, Brownsburg, Beech Grove, Speedway, Mooresville, Danville, Avon, Cumberland, Meridian Hills, Warren Park, Claremont, Monrovia, Clayton, Rocky Ripple, Williams Creek, Windale, and Spring Hill. This includes the following highways: Interstate 65 between mile markers 106 and 124. Interstate 69 near mile marker 200. Interstate 70 between mile markers 57 and 94. Interstate 74 between mile markers 69 and 94. Remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for central Indiana. Repeating.
It's about to go off again. We got a
This is
new
all
tornado.
announcements
We got a
for
tornado
UPC
warning.
74 in Indianapolis.
It's about to go off again.
The
We got a
National
tornado
Weather Service in
warning
Indianapolis
for
has issued a severe
parts
thunderstorm
of.
warning
This is
for
now a tornado
northwestern
warning
Monroe County,
for
Morgan County,
Hendricks, Marion, and
northwestern
Boone
Monroe
until
County,
4:45. The
Hendricks
storm is
County,
located near
northeastern Owen
Brownsburg,
County,
16
western
miles
Marion
northwest of
County, southern Boone
Indianapolis.
County.
So this new tornado warning, we got a tornado warning for northwestern parts of the metro. If you're in Zionsville, if you're in Brownsburg, Pittsburgh, this storm is producing a tornado. There's the rotation right in there. We're about to get in on another. This is another tornado right now producing another tornado just to the north and west of the Brownsburg, moving towards Brownsburg. Same areas that got impacted couple days ago. This is gonna go over the same areas. I don't think we have any debris in the air, but we have another tornado warning now in effect for portions of, again, Hendricks, Marion, and Boone. This does not include Indianapolis. This does not include Rocky Ripple, Speedway, Meridian Hills, Castleton, Cumberland, Castleton, McCordsville. This does not include that area. This is for Pittsburgh, Brownsburg, Zionsville. Let's get up to the smaller communities real quick. This does include Fayette, Royalton, Zionsville, Eagle Village. That's a tornado warning, I think. Should be the tornado warning popping up. Listen in real quick.
The National Weather Service in Indianapolis has issued a tornado warning for northeastern Hendricks County, northwestern Marion County, southeastern Boone County until 4:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:21 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Brownsburg, or 16 miles northwest of Indianapolis, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Expected hazards include tornado. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Locations impacted include Brownsburg, Zionsville, Pittsburgh, and Whitestown. This includes the following highways: Interstate 65.
So now we got a destructive severe thunderstorm warning and a tornado warning now in effect. I should have guessed, because this is similar to when we had the Zionsville tornado back a couple months ago. The rotation this time is northeast of Pittsburgh, and this storm is heading for the 465 loop. If you're in Zionsville, if you're on the 465 loop, get off the 465 loop, go to a restaurant, go anywhere, and take cover immediately, as this storm is going to continue moving off to the north and east. So, again, A new severe thunderstorm warning. I don't know where. I think it's the outside area.
Thunderstorm warning for Madison County, Hancock County, northeastern Morgan County, southeastern Clinton County, eastern Howard County, eastern Hendricks County, Marion County, Boone County, Hamilton County, Tipton County, until 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:21 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along the line extending from near Lebanon to near Mooresville, moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 70 miles per hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Expect considerable tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Locations impacted include Indianapolis, Anderson, Kokomo, Carmel, Fishers, Noblesville, Lawrence, Plainfield, Brownsburg, Greenfield, Lebanon, Beech Grove, Zionsville, Speedway, Mooresville, Danville, Elwood, Alexandria, Tipton, and Southport. Remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for central Indiana. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following counties in Indiana: Boone, Clinton, Hamilton, Hancock, Hendricks, Howard, Madison, Marion, Morgan, and Tipton.
Well, here we go again. History is repeating itself again. We got a severe thunderstorm warning for mainly most of, basically, I'm gonna say all. Alright, so all of Hancock, all of Marion, all of Hamilton, all of Madison, all of Tipton, all of Howard, and this is for all of Miami County. There are the sirens going off for the destructive severe thunderstorm warning. It took that long? It's just taking that long just for the sirens to go off. That's wild. This has been in effect for a hot minute. So you will might. We got sirens going off at our studios, and that means the line is about to move through Indianapolis within the next few minutes. It's about to move in within the next 15 minutes right now. So yeah, we got sirens going off in Indianapolis because of the storm, so you might hear the sirens in the background. This is also because of the tornado warning that's further up north. Same different area. This is basically because of the tornado warning for the north and the severe thunderstorm warning to the south, the destructive one. So this does include Barry, this does include Indianapolis, this does include Plainfield. There's starting to be a little hook developing near Plainfield. This, I'm not surprised. I'm gonna hope that we do not get a tornado warning for the metro. If we get a tornado warning for the metro, we might have to hop off. Just because, but it's there. It's possible, but I doubt it. Let's hope. Let's at least hope, but the only tornado warning we have is north of Brownsburg, moving on the 465 loop right now. There's no debris in the air from the tornado warning right now. This is mainly northeast of Pittsburgh. It's heading for Zionsville. It's heading for Whitestown. This storm is heading northeast. This storm is about to move towards Zionsville and Whitestown. Switch over to weather-wise real quick. Switch over to weather-wise. The rotation is directly about to move over the about to move near Royalton. The storm is definitely rotating. Looking at it from rotation, looking at it from early warning pinpoint Doppler, this is definitely rotating. Storm is about to produce a tornado. moving towards Royalton and Zionsville. This is northwest of Indianapolis. This is not going to hit Indianapolis. The line is about to hit Indianapolis, but not the tornadic part of the line. If you're ahead of this, if you're in Westfield, Carmel, if you're in Hortonville, Baker's Corner, Sheridan, Arcadia, Cicero, this storm is about to head for your area. This storm might get extended north and include Carmel and Westfield. This storm is not on the ground like it was, I think 2 or 3 months ago. Let me double check. But yeah, we got another tornado warning right at the moment. Right at the moment. Real quick. Alright. Alright, we just have multiple beepings going off. So, let's give a quick round. Let's give a quick update on what we got going on. We have so much going on. We have tornado warnings for the metro. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for the metro. We have multiple things that are firing up along this line. So let's give a quick update. Let's give updates real quick. This storm moving towards the metro area. This is a destructive storm moving over the National Weather Service radar. This is moving over the Indianapolis airport. We got the sirens going off again. Got the sirens going off again. For what? I don't know. This time they're going off, I think, for the destructive tornado severe thunderstorm warning, which has been in effect. Which we don't got an extension to the tornado warning. That's kind of off. But, you know, that's Indiana for you. The sirens will go off a few minutes ahead. Or a few minutes beforehand. But let me reset real quick. Let's reset. We have, again, a tornado warning. North sides of the metro, far northwestern Marion. This does include Zionsville. This does include, Englewood Estates, Eagle Village, Whitestown, Northfield, Lamont. This storm is heading for you. Rotation is just to the west of Zionsville, about to move towards Carmel and Fishers. We have a severe thunderstorm, a destructive one, about to move towards the city of Indianapolis. Right now, about to move through downtown right at this moment. So, if you're in Indianapolis, if you're in downtown, heads up. If you're in Belmont, heads up. Mount Jackson, Woodruff Place, Northsides, Winnydale. If you're over here, Glendale, Lawrence, Rocky Ripple, Cumberland, Winnydale, Meridian Hills, Carmel, Noblesville, Cicero, Atlanta, Tipton, Greencastle, Sims, Columbus, Nineveh, Franklin, Nashville, Shelbyville, Morristown, Greenfield, McCordsville, Fordville, Ingiles, and Anderson. This line is heading for you. This line has been producing damaging winds for the past couple of hours. This storm has been producing damaging winds for hours on end. This storm, again, this line has been producing winds up to 80 miles an hour. We have 80 mile an hour winds moving through Indianapolis at this very moment. Zoom in onto Pinpoint Doppler. You see 80 mile an hour winds. We got 100 mile an hour winds. This is definitely moving towards the metro area. They might go with EDS if this storm wants to get all high and mighty, which it already is high and mighty. This storm is heading in the direction of downtown Indy, Warren Park, Rocky Ripple. This does include all of Marion County is about to get hit, all of Hancock, all of portions of Hamilton, all of Madison, all of Tipton. This does include everybody around the metro, everyone southeast of the metro. This storm is producing a little bit of hail, mainly where the tornado warning is. So really, if you're trying to find out, hey, if we're gonna get a tornado, possibly. We had a little bit earlier scans of possible rotation, but I think that's depleted. But yeah, we're so close to the radar that we can't. But yeah, we got storms about to move through the area. We got a tornado warning for Pittsburgh, Whiteville, Zionsville. This is moving towards Carmel, Westfield. If you're in McCordsville, Ingiles, Pendleton, Indy, Cumberland, Lawrence, this storm is heading for you. You're not under the tornado warning, but you're under a destructive severe thunderstorm warning. And that's the weather service about issuing I think a severe thunderstorm warning, mainly for the storms about to move through here. This is for Southern Hancock. So this is for the southern line. This is for the southern line, and look at that. We got an area of rotation towards English, Indiana. This storm is producing a tornado. Not here, and we just got an update. I think we got a tornado warning elsewhere. Yeah, we got a tornado warning for Benton. For not Benton County, Indiana, not in our covered area, but this is further north. The only tornado warning we have is in and around the Zionsville area. This is not going to hit Indianapolis. It's going to stay north of Indianapolis, but still, treat this one like a tornado one. Let's get over to the safety tips. I want to pop up the tornado safety tips real quick before this line comes in. If you're in Indianapolis, go through these now. If you're at home, go to a basement or small center room. If you're stay away from all windows, put a helmet on. This is if you're in a tornado, but this could also go for damaging winds because we have 80 to 90 mile an hour winds about to move through the metro. So stay away from all windows. Cover yourself with blankets or a mattress. If you're in a high rise, we definitely have high rises here in Indianapolis. If you're in a high rise, go to the lowest floor, seek shelter in interior stairwells. If you're in a mobile home, abandon it now. Go to a substantial shelter and go to a public shelter or local establishment like a library, like a gas station. Go anywhere and get safe as this line is about to move through Indianapolis and further north. We got damaging winds, very damaging winds, about to move towards the metro. Starting to get a bit of a burst of 70 to 80 mile an hour winds on storm relative velocity, about to move towards Indianapolis. It's gonna be damaging winds. We could get gusts of up to 70 to 80 mile an hour winds. I cannot stress that this will have the effects of an EF1, a EF0 to EF1 tornado. This is why you need to treat this like a tornado warning, as this storm is about to bear down on the city of Indianapolis. Switch over to storm scope. This line is already moving through Indianapolis. We're getting 80 mile an hour winds. We're getting a burst south of Indianapolis, in this area south of Indianapolis, of 114 mile an hour winds based on velocity. And that could be hitting the ground. That could be touching down, not as a tornado, but producing damaging winds of up to 90 to 100 miles an hour. We've been on for 2 hours. We knew this storm was gonna produce very damaging winds. I should have upped the wind risk to 100 because this is south of Indianapolis. We're starting to get 100 mile an hour winds, 110 near the McAllister Center. This is near Bean Creek, Garfield Park. If you are on Comer Avenue, Finkley Avenue, if you're east of Indianapolis, this storm is about to move for your area right now. If you're in Woodruff Place and they just redid the severe thunderstorm warning, the weather radio is about to go off. phones are about to go off. They have just, I think either trimmed it or they just issued a new one. They have just trimmed it. So phones are about to go off in Indianapolis, with winds of up to 80 miles an hour. The storm's moving fast, 65 miles an hour. At our studios, we're not getting damaging winds yet. This line is about to move through downtown Indianapolis. And this does include parts of the metro. You could probably hear the weather radio in the back as the weather radio is about to go off with this destructive severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for basically most of eastern Marion County, central and eastern Marion, Lawrence, Warren Park. They have just updated the tornado warning. This is about to expire. That's a good thing. The tornado warning is about to expire. We got a severe thunderstorm warning for Columbia City. Main thing we're tracking is just this tornado, the severe thunderstorm warning. In Marion County, we're getting 100-mile-an-hour winds in and around the metro area. The tornado warning is about to expire right now. It's expiring at the moment. But if you're in Indianapolis, take cover. Just go. Just take cover. Act like this is a tornado because this has winds of up to, based on radar, 100 miles an hour. So this is an extremely dangerous situation about to move through the city of Indianapolis right now. Take cover immediately. Right now. The heaviest wind is about to move through downtown right now. Winds are about to start picking up at the studios in the next few minutes. There's the line about to move through. We're getting 60. This time it's starting to a little bit deplete, but we're still getting about 100-mile-an-hour gusts. 90 to, we're getting a little bit of 100-mile-an-hour gusts. 102 southwest of Warren Park. 113 north of Beech Grove. But this is where we're stupid close to the radar. Let's look at the, radar from, the terminal Doppler, which is a well of a whiles away. Terminal Doppler cannot look that far, but this still shows 60 to 80 mile an hour winds. This is incredible. I'm gonna try to get my TV going so I can try to get more details from others. But we are about to get hit with very damaging winds. Not hail. Hail is not even on the table at this moment. We're just getting damaging winds right into the Indianapolis metro area right now. Just take cover if you're in Indianapolis. Even though it's not a tornado warning, just take cover. So west of Brownsburg, you're good. West of Danville, you're okay. I think the tornado warning watch has expired. I think the radar's the radar's tripping, but tornado warning is tornado watch has not been canceled. The tornado watch has not been canceled. There's still a tornado watch in effect right now. And they might extend it further east. Switch to GR2. So yeah, we're about to get in on some very damaging winds into the Indianapolis metro. Winds are about to start picking up here at the studios. We're only getting 6-mile-an-hour winds, but still, winds are about to start picking up. Right now, we're about to get damage, possibly in and around the Indianapolis metro. Let's take a look at velocity. I'm taking a look at velocity on the other radar. We're starting to get only 40 to 60 to 70 mile-an-hour winds, and that's about to move towards the Indianapolis metro. Want to switch over to weather-wise real quick. So this is on eastern parts of Marion County. So areas like Warren Park, Cumberland, Lawrence, Pleasant Acres, Mount Comfort, New Pal, Mount McCordsville, Indian Lake, Fairwood, Vertland, Fishers. This is in your general vicinity. So we're about to get hit with a very decent line of showers and thunderstorms right now. Starting to get warnings popping up on my phone right now, or you can't hear it, but it's starting to get silence alerts on my phone. So we're gonna get we have warnings going on all over the place into Indianapolis right now. Winds. Coco Ross has just reported 60-mile-an-hour winds and pea-sized hail just to the north and east of Spencer. Getting reports of 60-mile-an-hour winds. Trees blown down by thunderstorm winds. In and around Lebanon, as the storm was west to Lebanon. And the ASOS station in Indianapolis has reported 71-mile-an-hour gust in Indianapolis. Train Weather Spotter in Monroe County has reported a gust estimating 70 miles an hour in Bloomington. So we're about to so it's about to start going crazy with the winds right now. It is eerily dark outside of my window. You really need to be away from windows right now, but I gotta go see real quick. I'll be right back with a quick update. God dang. Yeah, we're starting to get a shelf cloud here at the, we're starting to get a shelf cloud. Starting to get a shelf cloud, about to move through Indianapolis, the east side. So for you east siders, we're getting very damaging winds. We're probably about to lose power. We might lose, you might lose us. If we lose power, I'll try to get back on. But please, take cover east of Indianapolis. If you're in Mount Comfort, if you're in Greenfield, if you're in McCordsville, Fordville, Ingiles, Pendleton, Fishers, the storm is heading for you. Just take cover like it's a normal tornado warning. Cause it is starting to howl outside of our studios. It is very much starting to howl outside of our studios. We're getting 70, about to get 70 to just about 80-mile-an-hour winds. About to move through Indianapolis east side. So we're probably about to lose. Y'all might lose us, but just take cover east of Indianapolis. We'll try to stay on as long as we can, but just take cover east of Indianapolis right now. Treat this like a tornado warning. Storm has had a history of producing damage in and around Indy. I'm looking at very damaging winds moving through the Indianapolis metro. Take cover now. We're getting damaging winds. Very damaging winds. We're probably about to lose this. You're probably about to lose me. Right now. This is damaging, very damaging winds moving through our studios. 70 to 80-mile-an-hour winds. Get away from windows. There's going to be debris going around everywhere. Right now, east of Indianapolis. So the leading edge of the line. If you're in Philadelphia, Spring Lake, McCordsville, Fordville, Ingiles, Brooks, take cover. So it's very damaging winds right outside of our studios. If you're in Newcastle, take cover. If you're in Newcastle, get ready. Anderson, get ready. Greenfield, get ready. We're getting very decently damaging winds inside of our studios. So this is just something. Surprised we're staying on, but I don't want to jinx it. But we got 70-mile-an-hour winds about to move through the regional airport on the east side into moving into Hancock County. So western Hancock County is getting in on this storm. So we're getting hit at this very moment right now. Let me pop up our other radar. Let's pop up GR2. You can see this green area. That is very damaging winds moving through Cumberland right now. Cumberland, Spring Lake, Gem, New Pal, Greenfield, Maxwell, McCordsville, Ingiles. It's about to move your way. I'm not gonna say Indianapolis is clear for the moment, but I would say just get ready, because we're getting very damaging winds right now. This is just like, and we're getting, Trained by the Spotters report 60 to 70 mile an hour winds in Martinsville. 8.5-inch limbs are down. So we have tree limbs already down into portions of the state. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning for eastern parts of the state. So areas that weren't under the tornado warning earlier, you're now under a severe thunderstorm warning as this line is about to move, off to your east. It is straight up howling right now. It's where you see that color change as it's moving from green to red. That is winds towards the radar in green and moving away from the radar. So, if you're on I-70, just go to the nearest gas station. We're getting very gusty winds. The ASOS station in Indianapolis just reported 70-mile-an-hour winds. At 4:30, 6 miles northeast of Whitestown. Thunderstorm wind gusts of 63. So AWOS station just reported thunderstorm winds of up to 63 miles an hour. So we have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of wind moving through the station, or moving through our station. I'm not going to give Indianapolis the all clear yet. I will give you guys about 10 to 15 minutes. In Indianapolis, you're good. You can go assess the damage. Green, let me see if I can pop up storm reports. Storm reports are off, which I don't know why. 1.5-inch tree limb from a live walnut tree. This was 2030, so this is about 4:30. 4:30 we had as the storm was moving through Indianapolis, the line it produced about from a live walnut tree, and that was 1.5 foot. 1.5 foot. The ASOS station reported 71-mile-an-hour winds, 60-mile-an-hour winds. We're getting winds of up to 60 to 70-mile-an-hour winds. This is incredible. As this complex is moving through Indianapolis at this very moment. Hail, any hail in this? Yes, there's a bit of hail. I think there's hail all up and down the line. So we're starting to get isolated areas of up to 0.5 north of Warren Park. I'm about to go see what it looks like now. It's starting to ease up, but I gotta see this real quick. just your normal. I'm not gonna call it a derecho, but this is your normal complex of storms in Indiana. Let's just say this is just your normal complex of storms. So yeah, we got a lot of things going on. We got storms moving through the metro. And yeah, we got a lot of things going on right now. East of Indianapolis. I'll give you guys let's clear out Lebanon, Danville. Lebanon, Danville, Martinsville, I would say about 5 more minutes. Bloomington, 5 more minutes. And then Franklin's moving over you. Columbus is about to get hit now. Shelbyville is about to get hit right now. Or Shelbyville's about to get hit in 15 minutes. Greenfield, you're about to get hit within 5 to 10 minutes. But Courtsville, you're in the thick of it right now. And I want to switch over to the terminal Doppler. Before we even go to storm scan, I want to switch over to the terminal Doppler. The rate we just got extended. So this does include Madison, Hancock, Rush, Western Delaware, Howard, Henry, Marion, Hamilton, Tipton until 5:45. This does not include Muncie yet. This is west of Muncie right at this very moment. So this does include Anderson, Greenfield, Knightstown, Yorktown, Alexandria, Elwood. The heaviest area is just to the east of Indianapolis, moving through Gem right at this very moment. Switch over to the terminal Doppler. So, which we're well over miles away from the terminal Doppler. And look at this. Let's back out real quick. Everybody in Indiana is under some sort of watch. That pink area, that's a tornado watch. That yellow area, that's a severe thunderstorm watch. So everybody in Indiana is under some sort of watch/warning. Or is under some sort of watch. We're gonna clear western parts of the state. We can clear Lebanon, we can clear Zionsville. I would say about 3 more minutes for downtown. East side right now, I'm gonna say about 10 minutes. McCordsville about 15 minutes. And this line is about to move towards Pendleton and Anderson. Let's actually real quick, even though the line is moving through now, let's take a look at Futurecast, which we're gonna pop back up the Futurecast model. Let me get the model up, and then we'll switch over to Futurecast or early warning Futurecast. Then we'll go back, and then we'll go back to radar. So let me get up Futurecast quickly, so we can show where these storms are gonna head after they hit us. So gonna get this up. Let's pop it up now. Let's pop up early warning Futurecast right now. Got that up. Let me get up the banner right there. So there's the banner. Let's time it out. In fact, let me go with the HRRR model and head with the 18Z model. I wonder if we're getting a lot of frames. So let's time it out. Here's 6 o'clock. Or here's 5 o'clock. It's 5:01 right now. Line is moving through directly. This line is moving through as expected into Marion County. This line will continue east. To about Richmond by about 7. Then we're gonna be out of the clear by about 9. Isolated showers to the south. Then we'll have some more wraparound storms. But everything should be done by about 4 o'clock. We got a new warning on the weather radio.
The National Weather Service in Indianapolis has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Madison County, Hancock County, northwestern Rush County, western Delaware County, eastern Howard County, western Henry County, eastern Marion County, Hamilton County, Tipton County, until 5:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:58 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Swizzy to 7 miles southeast of Lawrence, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 70 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Expect considerable tree damage and outbuildings. Locations impacted include Indianapolis, Muncie, Anderson, Carmel, Fishers, Noblesville, Lawrence, Greenfield, Beech Grove, Elwood, Alexandria, Tipton, Windfall, Westfield, Yorktown, Cumberland, Cicero, McCordsville, Pendleton, and Fortville. Remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for central and east central Indiana. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following counties in Indiana: Delaware, Hamilton, Hancock, Henry, Howard, Madison, Marion, Rush, and Tipton.
All right, we're back. So, we got new report. A new report just came in. West, 2 miles west of Cumberland, a tree has fallen onto two vehicles in Cumberland. So this is northwest. This is northwest towards Hawthorne Drive, and this is around. This is North Midhofer. So south of the I-70, south of I-70, we have a report of two trees onto two vehicles, or a tree down onto two vehicles in Cumberland. That's what the report says. But after the lines moving through, we're getting very, and I mean very, damaging winds right now. We've been on for almost 2.5 hours. We're going on 2.5 hours. We're gonna try to stay on until this line just pushes out, and we're getting reports of about 0.5 inch hail or 0.5 inch of rain within 10 minutes. And that was 3 miles northeast of Carmel. So this was in Hazeldale Road. So we've had reports of flooding. We're starting to get a little bit of flooding, a little bit of heavy rain. A lot of heavy rain. We have a lot of heavy rain. This line has just pushed east within a hurry. Surprisingly, it was basically what I expected. Very widespread damaging winds in and around the line area that got hit, in which we've had that. But really, west of Indianapolis, you're fine right now, or you're fine. I don't think you're gonna have another round of thunders, another round like this, but we might just get some showers behind that. And this is giving me vibes of June 29th, 2023, where we had that line of thunderstorms similar to this move through Indianapolis. This is giving me vibes of that, but with the tornado warning, this was giving me vibes of let me find when that day was, because that was just an incredible day. About a month ago, this was back May 16th. Actually, I don't think it was that day, May 16th. That was about 2 months ago. That was April 2nd. This is giving me vibes about that just because of the line that's moving through right now. That's what it was giving me vibes of. So for right now, we still got storms into parts of the metro. We have line is starting to die down west of Indianapolis. That's a good thing. I'm just gonna have to watch that. And I think we might have a possible area of rotation near Marion. Possible area will switch over to actually no, we'll switch over to storm relative just to the northeast of Jonesboro on I-69 damaging winds in and around the Marion area. This will continue moving towards Bluffton and Pimento. Greenfield, you're getting in on the line right now. Cumberland, give it about 5 minutes. Then the sun should start to come out. There's nothing off to the west. That's good. There's nothing off to the west. That's a good thing. Just because we don't have to track anything west of Indianapolis, a 67-mile-an-hour gust from amateur radio. Let me check my phone and see if we've had any damage in and around the Indianapolis area, which we've had reports of damage. We've had reports of basically anything at this point. Let me check real quick. That was, wow. That was a big crack of thunder. That was a big crack. But amateur radio, 67-mile-an-hour gusts. Spring Hill, numerous oak trees down east southeast of Spring Hill. So I think there it is right there, right in here. That's Spring Hills right there. There's where the damage was reported. So we've had damage across the metro area, even south to Bloomington, as far south as Jasper, Indiana. So we've had storms. So we've had these storms produce very damaging winds up to, I'm going to say about, damaging winds up to 70 miles an hour as it was moving through the city of Bloomington. And look at storm relative. You can see we're starting to get embedded areas of 70 to 80 miles an hour. And we're starting to get another threat is, which I had to stop because we had lightning going on right now, and here's the lightning map right here. That's fitting because we're getting lightning right now in the metro area. We've had a couple of strikes near our studios. I want to see if I can pop up our lightning counter so you can see how much lightning we've had within the last couple of hours. So let me pop it up real quick. Hold on. So we've had lightning all over Indianapolis. Or we look at this. Heavy amounts of lightning and hail. We're getting almost 3-inch hail based on radar. That's something. That's actually incredible right here. That we are getting winds of we're getting hail up to about 3 inches just north of Anderson. And yeah, there's a bit of a hail core on that storm. Not even a bit. There's a whole lot of hail in there. Try to see if I can get up lightning counter real quick up on the radar. Let me see if I can get it up. I'm not getting any lightning, which we'll try to get that back up. But yeah, we have lightning moving through Cumberland. So Cumberland, you're hearing lightning, and where that storm report was with 2 vehicles fallen on Midhofer, there is a lightning strike right there. So the people over there are probably having a scare on Midhofer, just to the north and west of Cumberland. So, line is moving out of Indianapolis. It's moving for Eastern County. So, Newcastle, Muncie, about to move towards Hartford City, Van Buren, Huntington, and we got storms all the way up north to Fort Wayne. We got a severe thunderstorm warning for Allen County. We got a severe thunderstorm warning for Allen, Noble, and Whitney County until 5:45. Let me see if we got anything. There's the hail core. Let me pop up not Storm Shield. Let's pop up weather-wise real quick. I want to see if I can pop it up. I'm trying to find the screen right there, south of Alexandria. That's where the hail is, right in there. Where you see that black area, that's hail. Just to the south of Alexandria, that is wind. That might be wind-driven hail because we're getting 50 to 60 mile an hour winds in that line, let's look at how much rain has fallen. We've only had about 2 inches based on radar, about 2 to 3 inches um over the past couple of hours. Let's look at the hourly precip totals. We've had about an inch to about an inch or so, possibly locally higher areas north. Let me look at the Kokomo area. They're saying about 2 inches. But let's look at echo tops. Look at the echo tops 50, 50, and that's not maxed out. It goes up to about 65. It's not maxed out. It looks like it was, but it's not. Thank goodness. But the line is moving out of Indianapolis. So I'm really gonna say if you are in Indianapolis, you're good. I'm gonna say west of Indianapolis, you're clear from the storms. Really. So you're clear in Indianapolis. We have a windbag literally about to move through over Alexandria and Anderson. The destructive severe thunderstorm warning is gone. It's now officially gone for Indianapolis. The line is east of Indianapolis, so Maxwell, Knightstown, Carthage, Moorestown, Manila, Rushville. I'm not surprised if we get some wraparound thunderstorms. Some wraparound showers and thunderstorms west of Indianapolis. I'm not surprised if we get some wraparound moisture from these storms from parts of Illinois, actually. Let's look at the real quick, let's look at the MRMS, or the regional view, which let's take this off. Let's get to the regional view. Let's look at the time lapse as the storms were pushing east of Indianapolis. These storms were producing winds, very substantial winds, as you've heard over here, over on my mic, and all around Indianapolis. So Indianapolis is clear. Zionsville is clear. Kirkland, you got some showers. Then we got the wraparound moisture I was just talking about. Monticello, moving towards Winnemac right now. But Columbus, you're about to get in on a severe thunderstorm near Ogilville, and that could have some rotation just to the southwest of Columbus. And new scan just came in. We might have possible rotation about to move towards the Columbus area, so we don't get a tornado warning, or this will be kind of similar to the storms we had about a month ago. So, storm scope is scoping in on the winds 60 to 70. We've had gusts of about 80-mile-an-hour winds. Oh, as it was moving through Greenfield and Indianapolis. And Shelbyville and Columbus. There's an area of possible rotation about to move your way right now. Let's see if we'll get any more damage. 7-inch tree limbs blown down on 25th and Post. Strong tree limbs down on Stadford. This one is actually the most serious. Several 2 to 3 live tree limbs across power lines in 2 miles south of Danville. The lines. Thunderstorm wind gusts at 67. Let me see if we got anything new. 65-mile-an-hour amateur radios reported 65-mile-an-hour gusts in Morgan County. 62-mile-an-hour winds northwest of Sporting Center, which that is southeast of Bloomington. So in about this area that's getting hit right now. Thank goodness the severe weather episode is dying down at this very moment. Further east, your severe weather threat is just starting. Further west, the storms are dying, and we have very heavy lightning. We have lightning going all over the place in Indianapolis. Let me see if I'm missing anything. Let me see. Let me check up on that hail bag. Yep, right there near Alexandria. Gimco City, Cressus, Orstis. We'll be through that area right now. That'll move east, and then we got another one northeast of Marion and north of Gas City. Let me move the mouse real quick. I think that might be some possible rotation. Not surprised if we do get some anywhere. Back over to Pinpoint Doppler. Severe thunderstorm warning for Marion's canceled, but we still got one for Columbus. About to move through Columbus right now. It's about to give me vibes of about a month ago when we had those storms. So yeah, we're about to get another storm move through Columbus right now. Let me switch over here. There is so much lightning that I think lightning count is down. That's how much lightning we have all over the place. So much that it's literally that it's down. It's not detecting any more lightning right now. I want to see if I can't even pop up any more lightning, so that's a bad thing. So let me see if I can X out of this. I'll try to X out of it. I'll just put that off to the side. Let's go under the radar, just because this line has just been producing winds. Or let's go cross section real quick. Let me see. Let me take it to cross section and switch over there. Smooth the radar. Yeah, there's about to be damaging winds about to move through Columbus. And these storms are building up to about, let me back it up a little and get back to that. Yeah, about to move over Columbus. Let me switch over to cross section real quick. And yeah, these storms are building up to about 60,000 feet. That's the highest I'm seeing. And no rotation, which is a good possible area of rotation, but it's not really enough for the National Weather Service to go tornado warned. Got more damage in west of Cumberland. Yep, trees falling onto vehicles. 7-inch tree limbs on 25th at Post. Warren Park, we got 60-mile-an-hour wind, 67. And then 71 at the airport, 67 near Mooresville. And tree limbs down on Stafford Road. 8-inch live trees near Carr Road and US 45. So the same areas that were northeast of the tornado warning. 2-3-inch, yep, that was the one south of Danville. This one, several 2 to 3 live tree limbs across power lines. So not surprised if a fire possibly a tree fire starts up if that wire is that live. Wow. Apparently, looking from a video, we've had a tornado in June in Alaska. This was 2 days ago, but wow. That's actually incredible. Cause you would not expect Alaska to just get a tornado warning for that area. So yeah, we have multiple damage spots all across the area, and yeah, everybody is shocked that we just have a tornado in Alaska of all places. Which is actually wild, to be honest. because we've already had a special, what was it, a heat advisory for already had a heat advisory in Alaska. Now we got a tornado in Alaska. I have no clue what's going. I have no clue what Mother Nature's going. What's going through with Mother Nature, but apparently Mother Nature just does not like Alaska at this very moment. Switch over to Echo Tops real quick. That is not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted. Probability of severe hail. Yes. 50% northeast of Marion. 30% east of Moonsville. Yeah, we got severe thunderstorm warnings everywhere. We got one for Pittsburgh, downtown Pittsburgh. We got another one south of Cleveland. Another one for Warren. Jeez. We just straight up got a lot going on at this point. It's just a lot going on at this very moment. Dub this back down. Let me switch back over to radar. And yeah, east of Greenfield. Newcastle is about to get in on this line. Springport, Muncie is about to get in. And I think, could that be something? No. Possibly? No. Yeah, I thought that was a bit of rotation, but nah, it's just a little bit of clear air. But severe weather episode is starting to wind down. We still got severe thunderstorm warnings: Winchester, Moreland, Rushville, Greensburg, eastern parts of the state. So let's hope there's not a whole lot of damage. Let's hope no injuries nor fatalities, which that's what we're hoping overall. Take off storm reports. Still gonna stay on until this thing moves out, which we got another, gonna say about another hour till this thing just pushes east. And how fast these things were moving. Things were moving at 70 miles an hour, 65, 60, had one up to 70, which is wild for a thunderstorm. But these things are just booking it off to the east at 70 miles an hour. Severe thunderstorm warning for far southeastern Brown, southern Bartholomew County until 6:15. Only includes Westport, Elizabethtown, Ogleville, Alert, and Harper. And then we got the storms moving towards Winchester right now with a severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, so today's been just a day of strong storms, similar to June 29th and May 2nd, in terms of just the tornado warning in northwestern Indiana and the line of just strong storms, which produced about 80-mile-an-hour winds in downtown. So we got 70 mile an hour winds about to move through Newcastle right now. We're getting, I'm surprised I'm not surprised that it's still going. I'm surprised that it's still going. We're hearing thunder off to my side. That's crazy. These storms are off to the east of the station. And that is what? Hold on. Take off the watches. Hold on. Let me take off these watches real quick, because there is no way that there's just there's 2 random lightning strikes. Lightning strikes anywhere. We got this one near Rodenbach Road. Then we got this one north of 56th Street in northwestern Indiana, northwestern Marion County. Yep. Now eastern Indiana, Richmond, Connersville, Liberty. It includes all of Wayne, all of, I think, let me see. So all of Wayne, all of Franklin, all of Union, all of Fayette, and moving into Ohio. So yeah, line is starting to move out. Rotation. We only had, I think, one tornado warning in Indianapolis. We've had about 4 to 5 across the state. I was expecting just straight up storms producing, damaging storms just producing not long track tornadoes, but at least tornadoes possibly touching the ground. For the I think it's either for the Columbus storm or the one that's moving into Ohio. All right. And we got one. This thing of Muncie is about to get hit at this moment. We got about 80-mile-an-hour winds about to move through Muncie right now. So yeah, we're about to get a decent amount of wind about to move through the Indianapolis, about to move east of Muncie. Just got a tornado warning. That's in not Missouri. I was about to say Missouri. In Michigan. This doesn't include none of our counties, but tornado watch. I think the tornado watch is still in effect. I want to see if I can pop it up real quick. You're gonna let me redo the tornado watch. Tornado watch, I think, is gone for western parts of the state. So tornado watch is gone, but we still have a severe thunderstorm warning. But we still have severe thunderstorm watches east of Indianapolis. Back on there. Ugh. I've just been switching from standing to kneeling, So I've just been getting up and kneeling for the past two to about 3 hours. Let me see if I can pan this up. Which, okay, let's see to that. All right, got some warnings coming in. Southeast of Indianapolis. So Greensburg, you're about to get in on this line. Let me take off the reflect. So yeah. Greensburg, Rushville, Connorsville, Liberty, Brookville is about to get in on the line. Even though it's a well of miles away, it's about to, they're giving you guys a lot of lead time. They gave us a lot of lead time. They gave y'all a lot of lead time in Indianapolis also as the storms were hitting. Let me take a look back at Storm Scope real quick. Storm Scope, let's back out. This was 16, so this was at about 12 o'clock. We still had these storms. We have the storms moving in and off to the west. But the storms are off to our east. We're starting to get a bit of a clearing. I'm not surprised we get a clearing west of Indianapolis. But the episode in Indianapolis is winding down. The episode east of Indianapolis is not. It's just getting started right now. We got a severe thunderstorm warning for Wells and Huntington counties. That's for the northern part of the storm. The far northern part of the storm. Severe thunderstorm near Warren. That's about to move towards Rockford, Osayan, Uniondale, and Knightsland. And moving towards Bluffton. Then we got Muncie getting in on the storms right now. Muncie's getting in on the storms. Damaging winds, hail. I'm not surprised if you just get some isolated pockets of about pea-sized hail. Not surprised. But overall, let me just say something real quick before we're not gonna hop off yet. But after the storms, let me get back to the actually, let's switch back over to Futurecast quickly before we even keep going, because I already know as it was showing on our radar, or not on the radar but on our graphics this morning. I want to pop that up real quick on links quickly. I want to pop that up. Switch over to for severe thunderstorm warning east. Yeah, severe weather likely. That's what we had. Red mode till Thursday. We're gonna end red mode within the next hour. I'm gonna give it about an hour or two. Then we can cancel red mode. And yeah, the third line heat advisory conditions. Let me skip all the way over to the 7-day. Let me switch over to weather-wise real quick. This was back when I updated a couple hours ago, but let me switch over to the 7-day forecast quickly. Let me see if we... Let me get something up real quick. Before we go to the 7-day, let me pop up something real quick on the 7-day forecast. So yeah, let's switch over to actually no, not yet. Let's switch over to the 7-day. Switch over to the 7-day. It's gonna say tomorrow night's forecast. Really that's kind of right, but overall this was made like a couple hours ago. But here's the 7-day forecast. 85 for Wednesday. Thursday those possible thunderstorms. Then Saturday to Thursday to Tuesday. It's gonna be hot. 94 on Sunday and Monday. So it's gonna be hot. That's all I gotta say throughout next week. Let me take off the timer. And let's switch back over to, at this point, we just topped that. I need to see what that is even for. Hold on.
The National Weather Service in Indianapolis has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Decatur County, southeastern Brown County, southern Bartholomew
Oh, it's for this one.
Jackson County, Jennings County, until
It was for this one right here.
At 5:25 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Columbus to 9 miles west of Scottsburg, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and maple-sized hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Columbus, Seymour, North Vernon, Brownstown, Vernon, Crothersville, Westport, Medora, Elizabethtown, Jonesville, Millhausen, Hayden, Paris Crossing, Waymansville, Freetown, Butlerville, Grammar, Nebraska, Livonia, and Azalea. This includes Interstate 65.
So yes, for that severe thunderstorm near North Vernon. Let me turn this off so we don't have to hear the warnings for right now. Just because storms are just east and we can just use the warnings tool on here. That's only going to be for if we get some nighttime storms, which we're not going to get the nighttime storms. Storms we were thinking about 4 to 8, probably like midnight, but nah, it just moves through by about 7. Should be out of here by about 7 o'clock. But let's get back to the radar. Hagerstown's about to move through you, Winchester, Lynn, Metamora, Greensburg, and Westport. We might be able to hop off as long as we don't get any tornado warnings. So we can just hop off and then just give out updates as they come. So we'll end this off. Let's end this off with the composite real quick so we can show what are these storms still doing at the moment. So we got the drawing tools up. Let's put it there. So got the low right off to the right off towards La Crosse. This is what I think cold front. This is where the cold front is, and kind of is because we got up to 80 with a we got up to 80 with a feels like temp of 90. And this front just moved through. That just decreased the temperature by about 20 degrees, which is kind of incredible. But not really, but really what you would expect from a cold front. But cold fronts moving off to the east, about to move towards Ohio. we could have some wraparound moisture from some of these showers into parts of western Illinois. Could move here by tonight, but overall, nothing severe. Could have isolated thunderstorm, really. So I'll see y'all back here tonight. As long as we don't get no tornado warnings, then we'll break back in. But I'll see y'all guys later tomorrow for the forecast tomorrow.